Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and we're back with Married at First Sight. This is Season 20 in Seattle, episodes 10, 11, and 12.
Game on or game over, fighting for love, and nothing left on the table.
That's it.
Those are the 3 episodes that we're covering. And so usually just for the format reminder here, we're going couple by couple. And we had to split last week's into a part 1, part 2. So usually we're talking about 4 couples and then 3 couples, or vice versa.
This week might be 3 and then 4. I can't
3
remember.
and then 4. I don't remember how the layout is, but
most
you'll get
important thing is if you don't hear everyone, that's because there's another
There's
episode
more. Don't
to
miss.
listen to.
Yes, you've only listened to half the episode then technically. So make sure you don't miss part 2. Continue on. Listen to that. Enjoy. Also, huge thanks to everybody who came out to the Surviving Little Miss Recap podcast meetup last week. It was on August 1st.
Yep. We had a great time.
Conshohocken Brewing Company in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
I mean, like, we were nervous about this.
Yeah. I mean,
for months.
I was only a little scared. Yeah.
And it was so great to meet all of you guys and have conversations and hear a little bit more about, like, what you enjoy about the podcast, your hot takes on things that, you know, different shows that we have covered, your hot takes on Lisa Barlow, everything.
Only one person came for Carly on the grounds of Lisa Barlow. So I was expecting a few.
Yeah, I was going to say I expected more.
Honestly,
all around is very successful.
Pretty good. Pretty good turnaround.
And we're hoping that we can do this again somewhere else. So message your city below. We'll see. Yeah. You know, if there's a consensus on requests.
Midwest request. I think we're very big in Chicago, so I guess we should probably
big in Sheboygan.
Very big in Sheboygan.
So I've heard Chicago, Atlanta. I'm pretty sure there were a couple of West Coast requests
yes,
as well.
or like Arizona or like Utah, Salt Lake.
Well, of course.
Obviously.
I don't know. That'd be really scary.
Maybe something out in Lehigh, perhaps. Maybe. I know Carly was trying to schedule something on Roll Off Farms up in Oregon.
I mean, I would love to do it.
They do corporate events.
I got lost on their website and didn't make much progress.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
But if somebody knows an in.
I've been meaning to work on the interface, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Oh, God. All right, let's get into Married at First Sight.
It's a work in progress. Yeah, just like marriage.
We're going to kick things off with Sean and Nikki.
Yes, shaking it up. Because, hey, they're one of the flagship couples now. Why wouldn't we start with them?
From worst to first.
Worst to first. Worst to first. That is exactly what's going on here. A lot of people couldn't even believe it when they were talking about it. Because Devin, I think, threw up in his mouth when he mentioned that.
I think none of us believe it. Let's be honest. Including the experts. The experts are like, stop.
Because at one point, Devin was like, yeah, I mean, based on the last dinner, like, Sean and Nikki were the worst couple, and now they're like the strongest ones. So I guess anything's possible.
Oh yeah, at the end of his segment, it was like, there's hope.
He was a little salty.
Yeah.
But like, I think there was also a tongue-in-cheek sort of, because like, I guess anything could happen here.
Tongue-in-cheek. There's going to be a lot of conversation.
A lot of tongue, not a lot of cheek. Well, there was a good bit of cheek in these episodes too.
Cheek. So we start off with them, and they have a picnic that they're going on. Nikki has planned this.
Nikki has planned the picnic, which then Sean dubs a Nick, which Nikki loves because this is incorporating her name into this. It's a Nick now. This was her idea.
Truly amazing how this man can be so horrible, and he says some stupid, corny shit like that, and she's like, "Oh, I love it. We're bonding. He understands me.
This is great.
He sees me."
Yes. Now I see why the experts paired us together.
Did they blow the entire budget for these outings just on the Nick? Because everybody else had to have something at home.
Sean planned something at home later in one of the later episodes.
No, but all the other couples also had their dates at home.
Oh, okay. Sean's wasn't really, I mean, his was just like,
I don't think that they even prompted him to do that. I think he just did that. Like, this is the real date because everyone else got one.
Yes.
For some reason,
like,
Sean and Nikki had 2 dates.
I feel like Nikki used their allotted budget for this one, for the Nick. And then Sean was like, I'm going into my own pocket for this. I need to. Well,
I think he already owned everything that they used.
Right. Yeah, he didn't have to order anything additional. But he has been going in his pocket quite a bit, I suppose. Staying in his pocket.
Spoilers.
Uh-oh.
So he starts to lecture her about opportunities for intimacy.
Right.
And how she shouldn't block those. You know, if you're feeling it and you're thinking that like maybe you want to give me a kiss, give me a kiss.
Don't block my cock, basically. I think was what he was getting at. No matter how stinky it is, like, just let it happen. If it's going to happen, if you're into it, then keep going with it, you know? No reason to hold back.
Maybe take a longer shower.
Maybe try that.
It may increase the feelings towards intimacy.
Maybe try showering together. Maybe try some stuff. You know?
I was shocked that she didn't get offended by this. Like, she took it and was like, you know what? You're right.
All right.
I'm not going to stand in my own way.
Sure. I have gotten in my head before, and that has hindered me. So, okay. I'll keep that in mind moving forward.
Don't you still feel like they're not really being honest about how they feel in the conversations that they're having?
They're getting better, but like it was real bad.
I think it takes everything in Nikki to not respond the way that she initially feels.
Okay. See, I think that they both initially coming into this were very reactive, and they would do that. So now that they've kind of tapered that off, or they're able to check within themselves a minute of like, why am I having this sort of like knee-jerk reaction to this? I feel like they are clocking that better, and they're working towards some semblance of communication, though. Better communication than we're seeing in some of the other couples, if we're being totally honest. Like, that's the scary part here.
I just don't know if they're being honest.
Okay. I think they're being...
Because every once in a while, they'll throw a little barb in there.
To an extent.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see when they have this disagreement.
Okay.
So then we get night vision camera footage in the apartment of Nikki riding Sean on the couch.
Okay, well, context.
With clothes on.
With clothes.
Dry humping.
I don't know how dry it was for Sean, but like, why do they call it dry humping if Sean needs a towel after?
Is it the same towel that he uses to clean himself up later? To burn bath with?
He starts there and then he ends at the head. I don't know how, but that's the order of operations. That's what we've landed on. That's what he's comfortable with. Okay.
I screamed when we saw this. I was like, who is this?
Well, this was random. It was just randomly dropped in. Was this after their date? No, this felt like even more removed from that, where I was just like,
it
why?
Happened before.
I was like, why did I see this?
I think the more the two of them do things like that and talk less, the better it's going.
Yeah. Yeah. They're trying the less words lesson that they learned at therapy. The less talking, less verbiage, less words, more cheeks in hands. Yes.
I was kind of wondering, like, how far did it go? And then we see that later on, I guess it's another day, Sean is following Nikki around the apartment in his bath towel, talking about how he wants her to pleasure him.
Yeah. So not to completion, I suppose, was the answer to the night vision question.
Right.
Now we know.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
he's a little blue balled.
This conversation leads to Sean telling us there were some reasons that he gave that were concerning for me. These were red flag reasons, because he was talking about how he's married, and so he doesn't feel the need to masturbate on his own. Like, why would he be doing that? Because then he's going to rely on porn and other things to pleasure him instead of his wife. It should be his wife.
Okay, first of all, very manipulative.
Yes.
To be like, I'm going to develop a porn addiction.
Right.
If you don't get me off.
Which was my red flag of like, has he had that before? Is he speaking from experience where he's had this reliance?
I was confused when this scene started, and I was like, is he admitting to having had a porn addiction?
Yeah.
Like, I think she was perplexed, too.
She
was
didn't know where this was going.
She was like, stop following me around the kitchen island in your bath towel.
She looked like she just worked out or something, and then he was just in a towel. Again, very vulnerable position to be having this conversation. Maybe not the sort of environment that we're trying to foster here for this level of conversation. Mm-hmm. Maybe not.
She handled this in a way that I felt was downplaying it. Whereas I think Nikki has really overreacted to a lot at this point.
Yes.
This underreaction.
Of all the things to underreact to, this was the one?
I kept thinking about how he started this entire relationship where she felt like he was being very sexually aggressive towards her and it made her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe don't follow her around the house in your towel. While also having this conversation.
While you're begging her, basically, for relief.
Because it feels like he wanted it to happen right there and then.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not ready for that.
If you're into it.
Well, yeah, she's not.
This was a very, like, Weinstein proposition that was going on here. I'm just saying, like, that was it. Like, he's there in the towel. Implication that, you know, you need to connect the dots here of you're my wife.
It also made me very uncomfortable that he slapped the countertop before he got up.
Okay.
Where he was like, okay.
Good talk.
End to the conversation.
Okay.
But his words didn't match the physical reaction that he was having.
Right.
Because he was basically saying, okay, then we're ending the conversation here.
Well, he was upset.
Then I'm going to go jerk off.
No, but he doesn't like to.
I know he doesn't like to.
I think he thinks it's yucky.
I think he's got a real hang up about that. When they go to therapy, she should be like, I think that's something that Sean needs to work on.
Right. Well, because he was pitching this to, again, not asking the things that you're trying to ask for, I guess. This is where the struggle is between these two, where the communication that is happening might not be exactly what their intention is, because he's asking her about, what are your thoughts on mutual masturbation? Maybe we just do a little, you do a little you, I do a little me.
She also acted like she had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, she's like, who would be doing what? I don't know how that would work.
So I think that this entire conversation has come up because Nikki has said sex is not happening before decision day.
Right.
And so now he's like, all right, well, what could we do that isn't sex? Like, there are other ways that we can pleasure each other that aren't that.
So that leads us to You Don't Got No Sense Night, which I feel like this is something that Sean has done before. Maybe?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
This is already pre-owned.
He owned everything that he had.
Okay, yeah.
The feather, the whip, the robe. Someone else has worn that robe before. The blindfold.
Mm.
So the whole concept is that she's going to be blindfolded. He's going to feed her various foods.
Uh-huh.
And it's supposed to be a sexy experience.
Sensual.
There are some toys involved. It's
some light whipping, light bondage that happens.
Very light.
Very light. I think there's a reason why we didn't see Nikki doing any of this stuff to him, because it would have gotten way out of hand very quick.
It would have awakened something in her.
I think if she had Sean blindfolded and hog-tied and then a whip in her hand, I think she would find that there's a lot of pent-up stuff that I don't know. Like,
I do feel like she gives dominatrix.
There's a lot of there's a lot of trust.
Possible career path she hasn't explored yet.
It's a real possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
This again, weird choice coming off of the state of their relationship.
Right.
Where you're trying to continually push Nikki into like an area of sexuality with you that she's not comfortable with.
Yeah. But then she seemed comfortable with this. I don't know if it's because the cameras were there, because like if the cameras weren't there, she might have been more uncomfortable with that. Even though, I don't know, did she forget about the living room camera when it was like the night vision stuff that was going on that we saw?
Yeah, she seemed very comfortable then.
Seemed like the cameras weren't around. Yeah, very comfortable with that.
So he sprays a bunch of whipped cream into her mouth, and she's annoyed by it.
At first, it was just air. There was no whipped cream that came out on that first blow.
Oh.
Yeah. And you always have to warn, like, if you're going to, shoot stuff into your partner's mouth. I think you need to give fair warning.
A heads up was nice.
There needs to be like a knock.
She didn't know what he was doing because at that point she's already had a couple of other things, right?
Yes.
They had like strawberries. All the basic stuff you would imagine would be
chocolate
at this type of event.
Yeah. I got nervous when he was tying her up with stuff, and then it was like tying things where there was things that were going like across the neck, and I was like, nope, Dad,
Too real. Her hands were behind her back, too.
Yes, too real for me. Like, it was, didn't like that. So
I don't think she did either.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
So he puts the whipped cream in her mouth, and it's like a lot, and she's kind of annoyed by it. And he goes, well, you handle 2 mouthfuls very well.
Okay, great. Okay. Good.
He's so creepy.
Everything that he says is weird. It's uncomfortable. And then she's just trying to brush it off like, this is fine. This is whatever. Let's move on. Move past it. And this is where they have the conversation where she goes, this is great, right? The date that we're doing here. Let's circle back real quick, if we could, on your proposition earlier. Your towel proposition. Do you recall this conversation that we had where it felt like there was a little bit of pressure?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bit of pressure, actually.
She's trying to explain how he made her feel, which was that he said that it was her wifely duty to do this. Mm-hmm. And she felt like that was a lot of pressure on her because she is his wife, but also this is a 6-week experiment and like she's not ready to go there yet.
Yeah.
And right away he starts gaslighting her.
It's like, what?
Trying to say he never said that. He never said wifely duty. He would not say that. He did not mean that. Absolutely not. You're incorrect.
So this is gaslighting because I was going to go back to the conversation, but they flashed back to it. They showed us and reminded us exactly what he was saying. Did he use those words verbatim? No, not in that sequence, but he did set up, here's an expectation and here's what a wife should be doing or I should be getting from my wife. So there was a correlation that could be drawn easily connecting those points.
What he said was a wife should be noticing their partner's needs and then fulfilling those needs. So is fulfilling a partner's needs a duty? Because it seems like you're saying the same thing, but now you're trying to mince words about it.
Right. So he's trying to say, I can't believe that you would even hear it like that. It's tough keeping up with this crazy lady and her interpretations and our conversations.
Yeah.
I don't even know where she gets this stuff from.
All of her shifting personalities.
I don't know where she gets this stuff from.
Exhausted by it.
Where she comes up with half of this stuff. It's the things that you say. It's the stuff that you're saying to verbatim.
Yeah, I think he kind of got off easy in the last set of episodes, so I was glad to see that production included that flashback to what he actually said.
Yes, because I was going to go back and I was going to double check anyway. But he was saying that he's trying to just give her the green light. It's I'm good to go, and we're having fun. Don't stop. Don't yellow, don't red light, just green light, okay?
A green light specifically about if you feel like you would like to jerk me off.
Right.
I'd be open to that.
Hand stuff, mouth stuff, whatever's on the menu, you know?
I don't think that felt like that's what he was doing.
No.
What was your... Yeah, no.
No, there was a pressure.
It was in that moment, too. Where you're standing naked in your bath towel in front of somebody.
Yeah.
And then I mean, he only has a towel around his waist. Right, and then he's talking to her about how he has a need that she should be fulfilling.
Correct.
That doesn't feel like, hey, just so you know, I know that sex is off the table, but...
Other stuff?
I would be open to doing other things.
Right.
That was not at all how it was framed.
No, I don't think so. So he's trying to walk that back. He's trying to... cover his tracks basically on how that was going.
Also, I feel like it's gross that he's only been with her for it's like 3 weeks now. They're 3 weeks in because they're
like
halfway.
That. Yeah.
Something like that. Your relationship hasn't been going well, right? Like you guys have been
rough start.
Bickering constantly. You almost quit at one point. And now you're pushing this topic. He's a pervert.
He wants a bang maid. Like, I think that's what was going on too, is an element. That I think he has his preconceived notions and expectations of what a wife is supposed to do for a husband.
I think he would be a whole lot darker about all of that if he wasn't being filmed.
Yeah. Because, like, we saw...
I'm telling you, the incel read,
we saw
I think
interview,
that was correct.
And again, we saw, like, interview Sean. Good guy, you know? Like, he seemed very career-driven. He seemed very professional. All those things. And then as soon as you get a woman around him, this weird, toxic, chauvinistic side of him emerges. And it's like, ugh, gross. Like, is real bad. So I think that that's probably a factor as well in some capacity, where it's just he has those preconceived notions of what his expectations are, where I don't know if he's asking Nikki, do you have expectations of what you need from me as a husband? And like, are they having those conversations too? It doesn't seem like that.
That conversation didn't really
haven't
look
heard
like
that.
there was anything about her needs.
No, except for, I mean, like her taking care of her own needs and him taking care of his own needs together in the mutual masturbation sense. But aside from that, not really much else.
And like, I don't want it to come across like I'm judging anything that he asked for. It's just the circumstance that they're in, where they haven't really been getting along very well.
You're not on the best terms to like make those types of requests. It doesn't
feel like it's the appropriate time to be progressing your relationship in that forum.
Yeah, because I think they had that realization while they're talking about it, where he's like, have you ever pulled back in relationships when there has been chemistry? And she was like, no, because there was chemistry. So it just kind of happened. And he's like, okay, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, there is like a mental block that is happening because you're saying, oh, I don't feel that spark. Oh, I don't have that connection. But then just like, let it happen, I guess, if it is going that direction. So there was like a weird coercion that's going into this.
I was going to say,
all of his requests.
I'm worried that Nikki at first was catching a lot of the manipulative language and like the gaslighting, things that she felt like were happening to her. And now I am concerned that she's like letting it happen to her because the experts have encouraged her to try to make this relationship work.
Yeah. I feel like this is normally how Sean asks for sex. Is in like weird manipulative, coercive ways.
She should have asked how long he was in the shower before he just came out.
Did we time it? Yeah. How much time do we have?
How dare you come out here after 2.5 minutes in the shower and ask that?
So we're going to couples dinner number 2 because the first one knocked it out of the park. So
we're going to do that again.
We're ready. We're ready for another one. They're wearing matching outfits though. They actually showed up in the same car, walked in together. It's like they're a couple.
Major improvement.
So
the experts very excited about it.
Shocking. What a turnaround. Yeah.
They spend a lot of time thinking about how people look together.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's not really the basis of it.
Lowest priority.
I feel like that's why Adam and Marissa like jump to the top for people when it's like, oh, they're like the poster child of success for these relationships. It's all surface level. It's no depth, no connection at all. It's just on a raw physicality of like looking at them. They present well, so they're the most successful relationship in the bunch right now. So that's what they're going for now. Nikki and Sean are like, hey, we can match outfits.
A little bit of that's starting to rub off on them.
We can coordinate. Nothing else is rubbing off. So
I knew I opened myself up to that joke. So the thing that they talk about at the dinner is Nikki's like, we've been having kisses, we've been cuddling, and everyone is looking around at each other again. Like, ew. What reality are we in? Because they hated each other. And now apparently they're having intimate interactions.
Yes. They're getting closer and closer to sex every day.
Like, it's more than Caitlin and Devin have going on.
Yes.
It's more than Courtney and Nick have.
I can't wrap my mind around this of where their relationship is. But they keep attributing the conflict to their closeness. They wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for all those horrible fights.
Closer together.
Because I think they're both toxic. Like, I think it's because they feel closer when they fight. So that was how they got there.
Fucking and fighting.
Fucking and fighting. They're getting there. They're doing the fighting. But slowly and surely here, we might get to the fucking.
Felipe's like across the table. Oh, I wish I could have a fight.
Yeah. What's that like?
I really wish I could know what it was like to have an argument before decision day. Which I feel like is the first valid thing that he has said that's a concern of his.
Okay.
Because if you don't know how to navigate conflict together, I
Right.
think it's pretty hard to say that you want to be married.
Yeah, or like
Continue to stay married.
Stay married.
Yeah. But also, this is just another thing that he's grasping at because he's trying to he's collecting his bouquet of reasons for why he's going to say no on decision day.
And what he's trying to come up with enough reasons to make sense of why he would say no to such a wonderful lady. That's the other side of that issue. I think another thing to call out is that the experts are leaning into these opportunities to sprinkle in some conflict in the relationships as much as they can. Like the group therapy stuff from the last chunk of episodes. If you're telling me that they weren't trying to start fights, I wouldn't believe you because it was very... there was a lot of like instigation behind the discussions that were at hand.
I also suspect that the couples have been told that if you feel some way about another couple, voice it.
Right. Yeah.
Which I do like.
Yes.
Because I'm messy. And so I like that. But also, I don't think that people on their own a lot of time on Married at First Sight are able to talk about the things that upset them.
I think that was something that they realized was there are couples that would coast where they're just, okay, they're fine, but they don't really dig in deep. They don't have that basis of communication. And then like a week before decision day, they start getting stressed out about decision day and then they have a fight and then it's irreconcilable at that point because we've had our first fight, but it just showed me how different we are. And then, no, there's no way that I could stay married to this person.
Right.
So I think they're trying to get fights out of the way before, like further away from decision day. So then that way they can kind of talk through it, work through it.
Well, we have like Sean and Nikki's.
Yes.
But then we also have Adam and Marissa's.
Right.
Where it's like they avoid all conflict.
Yes. They're not
So
going to
we
talk
do
about
need
anything. Yeah. So it makes sense where it's like, I think they're just trying to not let anybody get away without having some sort of.
It's obviously good for the show as far as starting drama, but then also hopefully will push some of them to have real conversations.
Right. I think the intention there, it's
mixed.
It's both. Yeah. It's TV and it's relationship based.
So then they go to visit each other's places and they start with Sean's apartment.
Okay. Yeah. Sean's apartment.
First of all,
was it what you expected?
Absolutely not.
No. Yeah. Nikki was like, for him being as metrosexual as he is, I thought I was going to walk into Marissa's apartment. Like, I think that's what Nikki thought.
Yeah. Didn't you expect there'd be like a lot of stemware, a little thing of glass, what is it? Not a container, a decanter.
Kindle. Oh, a decanter. Okay.
A Kindle and a decanter. No, he has to have physical books so people can see how much he reads.
And I wrote this one.
I looked that book up.
I was going to say, it looked kind of short. It looked
a little
short.
light.
I'm just saying.
It's a self-help book.
Oh, no.
Called Change Your Perspective. So if you would like to read a self-help book written by Sean.
No.
You can look it up on Amazon. It only had 3 or 4 reviews when I looked.
I think I'm good. Yeah, one of them was from Nikki. Maybe.
I'm like, he doesn't even have credentials.
No.
I mean, I guess you don't need them to write a book.
For a self-help book.
Hopefully people who are searching for self-help books look into the author a little bit.
That is, the onus is more so on, the person seeking the help, I suppose.
I think it's
unfortunately.
frightening to imagine that he did that.
Yeah.
That he wrote something like that that's supposed to help people.
Right. I don't know.
Given how we've seen how he communicates.
Yeah, I don't want to emulate his communication style as much.
No,
personally. Don't want to have an apartment that is in the same kept state as Sean's apartment either.
It didn't look like he even lived there, which I think he kept trying to say.
He said that he's not there a lot.
Then where are you?
I think he's at school a lot. He's at school.
Okay, but you go home to sleep, don't you?
I hope
every
so.
night?
Maybe.
The brown couch, it just felt like leftover dorm furniture, didn't it?
It felt like Janelle Brown collection. Where it was where it felt like
it has been in a dorm at some point. It's secondhand from a dorm.
It's hodgepodge, mix and match, and it's just I have it because it's still here. Like I didn't pick this out. It just kind of appeared one day, and it just has remained in my care until forever.
It's just further backing up the incel thing for me.
Oh, okay.
He goes home, he has his little couch. That's pretty much it. An empty refrigerator.
He had whiskey balls up on his fridge. I think What's
a whiskey ball?
Those little they're like the little drink guys that you can
I thought you meant like a magnet on his fridge.
No. No, like whiskey balls, like containers of alcohol that were like just sitting on top of his fridge in a box. And so I was thinking back, I was like, I think I have seen him drinking often. The only other person that I've seen drink this much for stuff was the guy last season who was definitely an alcoholic, and we called that out very quickly. Caught on to that, but like not in the same ways. But is that lending to his erratic behavior? I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to start tracking this a little bit more.
I don't know. I think the apartment to me just said like he cares a lot about what people think about him
on the outside.
Yes, because nobody sees his private space, his apartment.
Right.
So that he doesn't care about.
Yeah, he doesn't let anybody in.
Which is like, how much of you is real then?
That makes sense. Yeah, that tracks. I think the other part was when Nikki was getting on his case about how, there's no food in your fridge. It's just condiments. But then when we go to Nikki's place, her fridge is just condiments and drinks. So then it's like, again, you are getting on him about stuff that you do.
You're kind of the same.
You do that too. It's the same thing.
I mean, I wonder if she cleaned her fridge out because she was going to be gone for 6 weeks.
I don't know. Because, she was trying to say,
there wasn't a whole lot more in there.
No, it was all, just different beverages and then condiments, but no food still.
Her condo is much, much nicer.
Okay.
She spent a lot of time decorating it.
She has rules at the condo, though.
Yeah, she does. No shoes.
The minute you walk in the door, you got rules right out the gate. Shoes off, and they got to go in the shoe cubby, the little cabinet there.
People who have shoe cubbies, I have a question about this.
Okay.
Does the inside of the cubby get dirty?
That's what I was going to say. It was like she left it like it was propped open still. And then I was like, is that weirder? I feel like that's weirder for me because now you have the shoes like higher off the ground up on a thing that now you're like touching the shoes. The shoes are up near like a countertop that you would be setting stuff on, maybe, hopefully just mail and things like that, but not like food or anything. But it didn't close all the way. So like the shoe cubby situation, I was like, why don't we just get a floor mat? We just kick the shoes off, set them on the mat.
That's messy. You might trip. I don't know. Aren't your shoes muddy in Seattle? Am I just making assumptions?
Well, I mean, they're not like downtown Seattle where she is. Yeah. Okay. So it's, surrounding area, I guess, suburb type setup.
It was very irritating to have seen his apartment and then see how he judges her place.
Okay.
Because he was trying to act unimpressed by all of her stuff.
Yeah.
But I think there was like a tinge of jealousy in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Of like, she definitely looks like she has her life together, and now he just got embarrassed with his place.
Right. It's the slight, the inadvertent
comparison
slight.
is the thief of joy.
Yeah, that's what happens. Did we like Nikki's rule of no number 2s on the first floor?
I felt like, how are you going to police that?
That's tough.
I feel like you'd have to lie to people and say, the pipes are a little not great down here, so
okay.
You might want to be careful. That way they're afraid.
Well, then that's
not just it's a preference.
That's what he was asking too. He was like, even if you have guests over, like you don't let people poop in your toilet on the first floor. Like you've established, that's the love.
How close is it to the kitchen though?
Well, and that's a level of closeness, like with your guests, then to be like, hey, by the way,
you can use that, but only if you're going to pee.
No poopies in here. Okay, too close to the kitchen. Don't want that on the, to be honest, main level.
Sometimes it's upsetting when you go to someone's house and the bathroom that they tell you to use is like right in the middle of everything.
There are setups.
It's like, can I be a little further removed from like everything that's happening?
I don't disagree. Yeah, like there are some.
I need a little bit more privacy.
There are some some setups that are not conducive for a number 2, and then should such an incident occur, that's when you get really concerned, because then you've agreed to some form of social contract by walking into Nikki's apartment where now, no, that's not what's happening. I feel like it's weirder to be like, oh, if you got to shit, go upstairs.
Yeah.
Go up
Get
through
all
my
in my
bedroom.
personal business and use my bathroom.
Go through my bedroom or like on the same level as my room.
Too.
It's like, no, I think I would rather have that main level, keep that separate then. That would be the number 2.
Do you think Sean will respect her rule?
No. No, I think he's gonna top tank in the he's gonna drop a topper on her, and that's gonna be a big problem for her, I think. Are you aware of this?
No. No, I don't know if I want to know.
I don't think you do.
I don't think I do.
I don't think you do. It's when you don't poop in the bowl of the toilet.
Why would you ever do that?
Because that's the fill tank. You're not supposed to go in there. That's what I'm saying. It's a very...
So people do that to ruin people's toilets?
I guess, yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, there you go. Don't, maybe that's why she has the
so
rule.
Disturbed. Maybe it happened to her once.
Yeah, maybe that happened once. She's learned her lesson. And then also, she made sure that it was a tankless that's up there. And she's like, that's the number 2 toilet now. Yeah.
So then they go upstairs and look at her bedroom, and she has one of those mattresses that's adjustable.
Yeah, the Tempur-Pedic or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
He really likes it.
He's into this.
He's like, wow. So before he was talking a lot of shit about her place, and now he's telling her, oh, we're the same kind of bougie. I think this could work. Even though he was talking a bunch of shit about how she thinks she's bougie, but he has bougie friends, and this is like amateur compared to what he's used to.
This is nothing. She thinks she's on a whole other level, but she doesn't even know half of the bougie that he experiences on a regular basis in his friend group.
Not at his place, clearly.
Oh, not at his place. No. He's been around a lot of other bougie that's way bougier than this. I think that was the flex. Yeah. They're going to have to get 2 separate, like the sleep number mattress though, because his is super firm and then hers is super squish. So like they weren't able to find compatibility there. So I don't know what they've been doing at the Married at First Sight condo apartment.
She's making him sleep on the floor.
Probably. Yeah. He coils
firm up down there.
Coils up on the footstool. And leave it at that.
Yeah, I think she's got a whole candle room too.
Yeah, probably. She gets stressed. That's where I think he would have the candle room. He goes in there when he's horny, and he smells
like,
all of his
good.
problems.
Come
away.
Out when you're done. I don't want any part of it. So if they have to move in together after decision day, he's going to move here.
I think that's the assessment. Which it was like, how are you going to argue with that? Yeah, she didn't want to move into your place, and I don't think she wants to clean your place. So That's what it really comes down to.
A win for Nikki, finally.
There's not much else to move. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff. We could just
throw
out
he wants
half
to move into her nice-ass condo.
Yeah, we'll throw out half your furniture. It's all garbage anyway. Problem solved. Way less to move. Definitely.
All her West Elm furniture from India.
Yeah, from India.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with Mecca and Belle Jolie.
Mecca and Belle Jolie. Oh my goodness, what a week they had.
So they're still annoyed about what happened in the last set of episodes.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
When they had the couples dinner and Mecca got called out for being performative and he felt like he wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was messed up that it was at the couples dinner was what everybody was referring to, but it was at couples therapy where he was being called out. And it's like, isn't this supposed to be a safe place? Isn't this supposed to be like
it was an airing of grievances.
Shouldn't I be trusting you people to like not come at me and attack me in these ways? Because it was strange to have this happen where then I think Belle was on to everybody else too. She's like, I get the feeling that the couples therapy stuff is just to stir shit up.
Oh, the two of them are so suspicious now.
Yeah.
Right? They're getting a little paranoid. They're walking into their first event with all of the other couples and they're kind of like side-eyeing everyone. Like, who's going to come at us this time?
Yeah. Because
we're going to kind of keep to ourselves.
It's for Courtney's birthday party, which we'll get into in their segment. Because, good Lord, there's a lot to go over with that.
Yeah. I'm surprised Courtney even understood the theme.
Yeah.
Since she pretends to not know anything.
She doesn't know.
Now she understands the mob wife theme.
Mob wife. Which I think the only person who really nailed it was probably Courtney. Devin and Courtney. No, not Courtney. Caitlin. Devin and Caitlin.
No, I don't remember what they were wearing.
Caitlin got it. It was mostly that. Everybody else was kind of like 1920s.
Okay, but there was like a prohibition sign on the wall too.
Okay, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I'm a little. Again, now maybe she was confused about the theme,
right?
Because I was like, are we doing like mafia
is
wife?
It prohibition? Is it Al Capone prohibition mob?
Right? Or are we talking Carmela Soprano?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
and
there's
I think
a difference.
That was where Caitlin was. Caitlin was more Carmela Sopranos, and I was like, okay, yeah, right in there. So I think she got it. Everybody else, no, we needed a little bit more clarification.
So Mecca and Belle are sitting across from Devin, and they start talking to him about how they're actually really upset about what happened in group therapy.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it more, I'm still upset.
And they're really not comfortable talking to a lot of other people in the group anymore. So they're primarily talking to him.
Yeah. They know they can trust him. I think
so.
I think Devin has established himself as like very emotionally intelligent, very understanding for what everybody's been going through, and and I think Devin's
been really quick to establish who he feels is being genuine,
right,
and then who he thinks is the problem.
Yeah,
and he doesn't see an issue with Mecca, so they felt comfortable confiding this in him.
Right, and it was mostly because it was like the reaction then was where Mecca was like shutting down. After couples therapy. It happened during couples therapy. And then obviously for the remainder of that evening, because Belle basically had to like pull him out of that to an extent where she had to like give him space. She was like, he was still very quiet even after we got home, like later into the evening and stuff.
I felt bad for him because he was like, now I'm kind of afraid to be myself around people.
Because now you're thinking that everybody's judging or analyzing.
You're double guessing, like, before you say or do anything, how's it going to be perceived?
By the group, yes. But that was what... Belle got very upset because she was like, I know, I was looking around, seeing that Mecca was getting upset at group therapy, and I was like, damn, I ain't going to get no peen tonight. You know,
they threw Mecca off so damn much. I'm not going to get any peen tonight
because everybody else can go home and get some peen.
Thinks it's so hilarious that she just said that. He has to walk away from the table for a second.
He had to get up and leave because he was laughing so hard. But it was true. She was upset. She was distraught by this because she knew he was going to be all dysregulated.
I think that he continues to be surprised at the fact that she knows exactly what to say to like I don't want to say like regulate him,
No,
but like, she sees what's happening and she's able to react in a way that gets him back out of the funky mood that he was in.
Right.
And like back into being himself again.
Yes. Yeah. There's a way of breaking the tension.
Mm-hmm. She's good at that.
I think they both do with each other though, too. Because then that's what the experts keep looking at Belle of like, oh my gosh, look what she's doing. And she's in his corner and she supports him. He does that for her too. But they're not calling that out as much. I think that's what's so great about this is that they do that for each other. They both do that. Mm-hmm. They're both able to have this silly side and draw the best out of the person that they're with. That's incredible. That's amazing.
Well, there's nothing like having a common enemy to bond people together. So I really think now that they feel like the show and the experts and the couples are potentially against them, this is an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
Now that they've teamed up.
Yeah, because that's what they're here to talk to Paul about today. They're like, thanks for having us for therapy today here, Paul. We got some beef about how things went down at the group therapy session. Wouldn't recommend. Not recommended.
Mecca does do a good job of explaining exactly what happened and the fact that he felt like kind of attacked.
Yeah.
Because not only did Paul think that he was being performative, but also other people in the group did.
I thought it was interesting that Mecca specifically named out Courtney and Michelle. And he was very upset about Michelle. And that was who he kind of focused in on more because he was like, I really thought that she was an authentic person. So for a very authentic person to say that I wasn't being authentic hurt in a way that I wasn't prepared for. He wasn't as upset about Courtney's accusation. I made note of that.
The way that they were looking at Courtney, especially Belle at the party, I was like, oh, they don't like her anymore.
Yes. So I think it's interesting because then I made note of that too for Courtney at the second dinner that we see. That is Mecca's kind of the one who brings up a lot of the prodding questions specifically for Courtney. Mm. So I don't know if
it's a little revenge.
If Mecca and Belle Jolie were like, well, if they're trying to get drama out of us, I think if they get drama out of other people, then they won't need to come around poking around with our relationship. So like, we could probably upset Courtney. I think that'd be an easy thing to do. That's a pretty easy target.
The bar's real high.
They were at her birthday party. They were like, I think she could get upset at this dinner. It's not going to take much.
Paul apologizes.
Yeah. Well, and I think that was where he was admitting to, again, our theory of this is kind of to shake up the couples, because that's what he was saying was I was trying to,
I think he says sorry in that moment, but then later when they have the second couples dinner, they walk in together and both of the experts are talking about how they came dressed for a performance.
He doesn't want to say performative because he knows that that's upsetting. So he says it's dressed like a performance. That's the same thing, Paul.
You're saying the same thing again.
Paul.
You just apologized to him for saying that he was performative, and now you're saying he's dressed in a performative way.
Well, he didn't say that in front of the rest of the couples.
No.
He said that just for the viewing audience.
Well,
that's
and
the
now
storyline.
It's not just Mecca, it's also Belle.
Right.
The two of them are
combined.
Dressed like it's a performance.
Now that he's got Belle all on board with living out this facade with him, she's going to go all on board with that too. So yeah, now that's become their thing. Their shtick is performance based, I suppose.
Aren't they both artists?
She
sings.
Yeah,
what does he do? I don't remember.
And
there was something that he does that. Oh, he cooks, I think.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's caterer.
He's still artistic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think, my opinion. Anyway, so then they get into a deeper conversation about Mecca feeling unworthy of love and how that stems from the lack of relationship that he has with his mother.
Right.
And then he mentions having had spent a lot of time with Logic, which
we could
root
tell.
of all evil.
We could tell.
I think we can tell what's
we could
the
tell
side
which
effects.
We could tell which parts of you that comes out are from Logic. We could tell.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that Belle's like, yeah, we gotta tone those ones down. Okay. Yeah, we're
going to discard some things.
Yeah, a couple of those things. that's not going to be beneficial for us here. This is when Paul, while he's like, oh, I can't get them fighting about something, so I'm just going to go the other direction. So not like how bad is this relationship going? Is it going good enough or too good? Because this is when he's making accusations that he thinks that Belle loves Mecca, but she just won't say it. She won't say it. Okay.
Which also, remember how this man was like, I think you're more attracted to me than I am to you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be the first one to say I love you.
Nope. I think absolutely Belle was like, I'm not saying it first. That's what it's come down to at this point. So.
Also, it's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's not that long.
I really think sometimes I'm a little worried about her because she wanted this fairy tale, like rom-com romance, and it's happening.
Yeah.
To some extent. But like, is it because she's like willing it to happen?
I think that they're both working at it and they both are I think that she's in a better place than he is. Like, so if you're looking at couples and then you're looking at the individuals within those couples, I would say that Belle is like there, like she was prepared for this.
Mm-hmm. The healthier of the two.
I would say healthier individual, where Mecca still had a lot of insecurity. We called that out from the first episode. Mm-hmm. So like, I think she has been able to like draw that out of him though, of like, you do have this, you do have that potential.
They have a lot of chemistry together.
Yes.
And then they are able to, like you said, like draw the positive attributes out of each other.
Yeah.
So it feels like there's hope here.
This is good. Yeah, this is good. I mean, they're meeting up at the gym, pretending to meet for the first time as strangers. They're role playing a little bit here. Everything's a performance, right? That's
what Sean was really hoping for. So they play horse for kisses.
They play horse for kisses because they both reserve the court at the same time. And there's only one way. Yeah, there's one way to solve this, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It was cute.
It was fun.
I enjoyed it.
They're having fun. This is good. I'm happy for them.
Then they go to the studio and let's just get out of the way. Belle's singing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she is singing.
I feel like whatever we heard from her the first time
I feel like the first time was good.
Was much different from what we heard this time.
I feel like the first time was processed, and then the second time was straight audio from the mic into the mic, raw feed.
Not the same.
Not the same
performer. Mm-hmm. Well, they have gotten into their first fight.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of a tension, I guess. They stayed out the night before. They went out and they were out until like 3, 4 in the morning. And so they only got 3 hours of sleep last night.
Right.
And he thinks that she's upset with him for having kept them out that late.
Right. Where the assessment was, Belle says, yeah, I think I'd like to go home. Like, I'm pretty tired. And then Mecca's assessment was, oh, that's when you said it, but you were actually already tired like 2 hours before that, and you didn't say anything. So it's kind of like he's picking a fight where there isn't even one. Like, Belle doesn't want to have an argument. She doesn't want to disagree. You can't argue that you weren't out late. We were out till like 4 o'clock in the morning. So like, yeah, I'm tired. I would like to go home now. And so to then argue about, I think he was just
you decided you were tired.
Yeah. Like at what point did you actually want to go home? And then you said something, but it was way later than that. I think Mecca was expecting her to hold a grudge the next day, or like use that against him, or throw it in his face, or blame him. So he was getting out in front of it or something. Like there was an element in there where he was being defensive or like proactive, where I'll fight you on the thing that I want to fight you about, not whatever you're going to bring to me about this topic instead.
Okay.
Type of a thing.
I mean, it does feel like he was worried that she wasn't being honest about how she felt. And I wonder if there's some truth to that.
Or like, I think it's past experience. I think this is baggage.
Yeah, I think there's a little maybe of both things happening.
Okay.
Because there's such little conflict in this relationship so far that I'm questioning whether or not Belle is kind of being a little bit of a people pleaser.
Okay. Well, that's what I was going to equate it to in my mind, was like if Adam and Marissa went out and then Adam was go, 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 and we still want to keep going.
I was going to say ripping shots, but we know that's not right.
Yeah,
skis.
ripping skis at 4:00 in the morning. Maybe not. But like Marissa would still be going along with that, even though she doesn't want to. 100%.
Yeah.
Like that's what she would be doing.
That's how their relationship dynamic is, definitely.
Yes. So I think that's what Mecca was kind of maybe alluding to with this fight. But I don't think that was the case. I think Belle spoke up when she was tired and she said, I would like to go home now. And they went home. That's it. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Why are you overcomplicating it? Mecca needs to get out of his own way here.
Yeah, well, they talk about it and he's like, it's
Self-sabotage.
happened in the past where, I feel like I have done something wrong or I'm constantly getting in trouble. And she's like, well, I don't want you to feel like you're always doing something wrong because that's not the case. And I'm not actually upset about this. So.
And it's not like a great mindset to be in, to just assume that you're always in trouble or that you're always doing wrong.
Well, it's also like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
At some point, it becomes that.
Yeah. So like maybe work on changing that mindset a little bit, right? Because I don't think that that's very constructive. And then Mecca's like, huh. Oh, that's weird.
He's got a lot of baggage.
Yes.
Like a lot.
Yeah, not just like relationship stuff. I think familial stuff, things that were instilled in him, like just the beliefs that he has internalized and that he carries about himself into adulthood has not been the best. So like, I don't think he's fully analyzed everything yet, gone through that to then say, does this serve me? Does this spark joy, basically? Or like, no, I don't think so.
We already talked about their entrance to the couples dinner.
Yes.
But when they get around to talking to them, he announces that he has a different answer as far as decision day goes. Because at the end of the last episode, they asked everybody, what would you say if today was decision day?
Undecided.
And they had said undecided.
Which I called bullshit on that too. Yeah, it was like, no, I think he knew. I think he was afraid to say that he would have said yes, but and technically he didn't even say yes. He just said that his answer had changed. So did he even say that it would be a yes officially?
I think the whole table kind of made an assumption
they
at that
assumed
point
that it was a good thing.
Yeah. Which I do think that's what he means.
Yeah, I do think that.
Because he feels like this is the first time he's ever been in a relationship with someone who sees him and fully accepts him for who he is. And like, not just a romantic relationship. I think like any type of relationship
him as a person.
In his life.
Yeah, him as a person. I think she sees him for who he is, and he's not used to that. So it can be a little uncomfortable. And Belle's coming to the defense here. She's standing up and saying, hey, last dinner, people were saying performative, but I'm here to tell you he gets amplified. Like, he kind of takes it up to another level when there's a group of people. But the things that he's saying, the message that's there, that's been the same. That's been consistent.
He's the same person behind closed doors, and I'm the one who's been there.
Right.
So, like, stop running your mouth.
Yeah, maybe.
She says it a little nicer than that.
Up. Yeah, button it up.
And to Michelle's credit, she feels bad about having been the most vocal person in the group last time they were together and apologizes for having called him performative.
Courtney didn't say anything.
No, Courtney kept her mouth shut.
I don't think she even remembered that she said anything. I don't think they included it in the episodes, like at group therapy. I don't know if they did.
No,
but I
she
just thought
certainly didn't apologize.
No, she absolutely didn't apologize. But I think it was interesting where I was like, oh, because I had caught Mecca saying Courtney said something. Paul said something. Courtney said something. Then Michelle said something. And he was mostly upset about Paul and Michelle. So then that's where I was like, interesting. That's interesting to go that route and connect those pieces like that.
Yeah, they've already decided Courtney's a trash person.
Yeah, I think so.
They don't care about what she
that.
thinks about them.
Especially if you were at that birthday party, the way things go down. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
In the Courtney and Nick section.
That's going to be in the second episode.
Yeah, that'll be part 2.
Felipe and Tori. I was so happy to see that we're finally getting something out of them.
You know, this still felt slow for me because I'm just waiting for the crash and burn to happen. I'm waiting for the passion of the Felipe to go out and waiting for him to come crawling to Tori with a big teary apology about, I'm so sorry. I got drunk and I got wasted. I didn't even remember it happening. And then I think I might have cheated on you or something. That's what I'm waiting for. Because I don't care about anything else that's going on until we get that. Until we get to that point, I'm not invested.
I think that would be the ultimate self-sabotage moment for him.
Yeah.
You know, I think that she has been way too easygoing about everything he has confessed.
She is playing her cards right. She has, again, that Botox poker face is on because you can't shake her.
No.
She is just rolling with it. She's like, okay.
Like a fembot.
But like calculated. I think this is the play. She knows that if she continues to trust this man, he will fail at some point. It's bound to happen. So like
the first scene we get of them is that she is eating some burnt pizza with her friends.
We mean burnt. We're talking burnt, crispy.
So I need to know, did she bake this pizza upstairs and bring it downstairs to the fire pit?
Or is there like
did they get this delivered from somewhere?
I hope it wasn't delivered. I would have been asking for a refund on that. That was cooked, as Adam would say.
They must be hungry, but because everybody did continue to eat it.
Yeah, I got
even
nothing
though it
else.
Is charred.
Got nothing else to work with here. I'm like, did they have? Is that an amenity at the apartment buildings? Pizza oven, and that they just obliterated these pizzas on their own?
I really think that was her.
I don't know.
So now she's talking to them about her relationship with Felipe, and she's like, to be honest, the biggest issue is that he's an atheist.
He's a Lutheran.
Not that he's a cheater.
No. Oh, see, I would put cheater above atheist.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah. But her level of priorities is that the fact that he's an atheist is a big deal. In fact, she used to swipe left on people if their profile did not say Christian.
Her friends had to remind her of that. Yeah, that was like her determining factor.
Mm-hmm. She wouldn't even entertain you.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't think anybody's going to put cheater in their profile.
Yeah,
I suppose.
This is the first screening level that she typically gets to.
But yeah, to take that as, I think she was looking for Christian as the banner, as the label, to then say, oh, he won't cheat on me because he has morals and principles. Not always the case. Those don't always go hand in hand, Tori. So I think that's where it's like, we got to be careful.
That's true.
You got to get to know people, because there's plenty of atheists who are monogamous, who don't cheat, who don't do these things.
Well, and then there's some who also do cheat.
And then there's some who do.
And Felipe's one of them.
Felipe is one of them.
So she's again, like, oh, and he cheats. He's an atheist and he cheats.
By the way, there is that. That is a factor too. So that's what I'm saying, is you need to get to know the person based on the content of their character, which may not always align with whatever labels they're going to throw on it.
Well, what was the toxic thing her one male friend said? He was like, we don't love cheating men, but he hasn't dated someone like you.
Yeah, that ought to do it, right? Is that you're such a catch. Well, then why are you wasting your time with this loser? Would be my question to Tori. Why? Why are you going to... would say...
Because she had to marry him at first sight.
You married him at first sight. I get that. Does every single atom in your body scream out when you are with him, when he says stuff? Do you have those moments where deep in your soul you can feel it echoing in the cavern, like it's get out? Do you feel that?
Oh, she's having that for sure.
She has this on a daily basis.
That she's not feeling it.
She's covering it up. She's saying it's not that, and she's continuing.
I would just like her friend to know that that's not a good thing to say to somebody, because people who have their life together, who, appear like they are the ultimate catch, they get cheated on too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
if Beyonce's getting cheated on, I think it's very reasonable that Tori would be getting cheated on.
Felipe is an equal opportunity cheater.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are.
It don't take much, to talk this guy into infidelity. I don't think so.
Her friend, Carnissa? I think Carnissa?
Okay.
Anyway, I like your jacket, girly. Okay. I want to know where it's from. But also, she's a real one, because she was like, I understand, like, Tori, you're saying that he felt guilty and stuff, and so, like, you're kind of seeing past it because of that, but he wasn't guilty enough to tell his girlfriend that he cheated on her until 2 years later.
Well, here's the fun part. He didn't remember it because he was drunk and on a bender.
So he says.
Yeah, I know. He was on a bender. See, that's the difference. When you're on that many substances.
He's also addicted to cocaine.
So the guy does coke, okay? Like,
he's an atheist, a cheater, and a cokehead.
He gets drunk. He gets blackout drunk.
And he can only be employed at his parents' restaurant.
He gets blackout drunk. He does some coke. He cheats. He forgets. He doesn't love Jesus. Nobody's perfect, right? So Tori's defense of Felipe.
She's in so much denial.
Not liking it. Not liking this at all. And I think she's hearing it maybe a little bit out loud this time too. Where she's like,
she's finally said it.
Huh.
And the same friend was like, I'm a little worried that like maybe Tori's starting to change her criteria just because she got a little excited about Felipe at first.
She's molding it around Felipe now, where she's like, well, I mean, I had a criteria in mind, but Felipe's not that. So again, was this an expert's issue? Was this a Tori conveying her criteria to the experts issue?
I don't see what she got that she asked for other than a man who was tall, dark, and handsome and had a mustache.
But please, we need to go off of more than that. I think the experts were either just pairing up photos where they were like, oh boy,
they look good together.
That seems to be the basis of a lot of their stuff. Oh, they look good together. That's not going to do it. That's not going to hold this thing together.
Then they go visit Felipe's apartment.
Man, I thought it was an Airbnb.
Right?
I thought it was a rental.
First of all, it's decorated impeccably.
Well,
almost
he admits,
like he bought like the showroom.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
a
like
fully
the demo, like the demo apartment.
The one
that
they walk people through and they're like, would you like to live here? He says his mom and his sister decorated it.
Yeah, so he attributes this to I had no decoration input at all. My only contribution to the layout is my gaming station over here.
Don't look at it.
But don't look at it. Don't look at it.
You'll lose all attraction to me if you look at it. And she's like, you're
thin ice.
Yes,
honestly,
you're doing a good job of that yourself.
If you were just playing video games at your computer, I would know that you weren't cheating on me. So like that would be an improvement for where we are right now. Because at this point, I'm leery at best, I think, is where we're kind of shaken out at this point.
Also, this apartment to me was giving, it's a place to bring people back to impress them.
Yes. This felt like this is not where he stays. This is not where this man like lives.
I think he sleeps in a back room at the restaurant.
Yeah.
He's
doing the Joe Dirt.
In a closet with the mop.
He's sleeping in the janitor closet. He's in the boiler room. He's got a couple places.
Because he's got to be back at work in 45 minutes anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the time he's done with his evening activities.
This is the Airbnb that he rents out when he wants to have friends over to do coke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or to bang a new girl.
I don't know if he would be,
if they make it out of the restaurant bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be shelling out money to go for bang. Yeah, no, I don't think he.
It's mostly to do coke in.
It's mostly coke, mostly for the coke.
So she's looking around. She's like, "It's a little small, but that's okay. My place is a little small too."
Yeah,
but if we're gonna have a family, I think we're gonna have to move to the suburbs.
Yeah, 3 to 5 kids. How are they gonna fit in here? There's
and
so many
Felipe's
plants.
head explodes.
He's like, uh-oh.
When he's like, suburbs.
I forgot we talked about
my
that.
nightmare.
Yeah, no. I need to be closer to the Coke. There needs to be more Coke. I got to be in a major metropolitan area for that to happen.
Like, that's adding so much time to my commute.
Oh, no.
I'll never get it. I'll never get back to the restaurant on time in the morning.
Yeah, maybe we can open a suburb location for the restaurant, and then I can manage that one. I don't know.
His parents are gonna have to do that for him.
Yeah, I don't know
make
how
this marriage
else
work.
How else I'm going to be able to do this?
But you can just see the walls closing in on him.
Yeah,
where the commitment is too much.
it's his walls.
Now he's got to leave his sexy city apartment and move to the suburbs to be with her.
Wasn't really
forever.
Wasn't really planning on all of that because like my place is pretty small, your place is pretty small. I don't know where to fit all these kids in. We were talking about like 3 kids, multiple kids.
So then they
children.
start talking about having kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, do you want to be a dad?
I think it'd be cool in theory and stuff. Like that'd
It's
be
like,
neat.
well, if my partner wants to have kids, I'd have a kid or 2.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. That's a cool idea to like do that, you know. As long as mom does all the work, then I'm good.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to be a Disney dad.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it'll be great. Once we hit divorce
I think Felipe would make
and
a
I
nice...
get them on weekends,
Yeah, I think
every
Felipe,
other weekend, of course.
Felipe would be a good disappointing stepdad. I think that's going to be his role pretty much. He's going to find a stripper to date after this. Again, cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be
I feel like that's an accusation against strippers.
No.
That I'm not comfortable
No,
with.
it's just kind of that environment, you know?
Uh-huh.
Strippers and Coke? Yeah, like
Well, those are his interests.
peanut butter and jelly, you know? It's just I'm just saying like that's why it's difficult, you know? But like he would be dating like single mom stripper who like
I don't
has
think
connections.
so.
No?
I don't think he wants to take on anybody else's responsibility. He doesn't even want the responsibilities that are his own.
Oh no, I don't think. Yeah, because that's what he's talking about at the dinner too, right? Is where he's like, I worked so hard to establish the least amount of responsibility. Least amount of stress. I have a very stress-free single life that I'm really keen on. I was very happy, a little lonely, not gonna lie, and that was why I was like, oh, I should probably get married because I'm feeling a little lonely. Because what solves loneliness? Marriage, obviously, companionship, in that way.
Maybe he needed to find Jesus.
You
know, you don't think Tori's going to be like, I think that's who you should spend some time with.
Oh, okay.
You know, not me.
Let's hit the 12-step program, and then that'll probably get you to Jesus.
That'll lead him there.
That's usually the process there.
Yeah, he's really missing it. He's like, the single life treated me amazingly.
I was doing pretty good, except for the loneliness. Again, that's
sleeping
the part.
around. Like, it was great, to be honest. It's been 3 weeks without it. I'm ready to go back.
I miss my hoe phase. I miss it. I do. Like, that's what I'm
She's
really
getting
missing.
annoyed listening to him, but she is remaining stoic.
Yes.
Which is something that the experts are really, really impressed by.
Yes. What I was impressed by was Cameron calling Felipe out multiple times. Because
maybe the best insult of the entire 3 episodes.
You ain't Peter Pan. You're not getting any younger, dude. Because, like, if you think that you're going to be out here just running around, you know, have you ever seen The Wedding Singer? At the end of that, yeah, nobody wants to see Fonzie hitting on a bunch of single gals in his 50s, you know? So it's just like, that's not it. That's not what people are going for.
I think the fact that they're even having to have the conversation with this man is clear that this was a mistake.
Well, I think, like, Cameron got so upset by this, too, because I think Cameron did feel the loneliness of single life in a way that Felipe doesn't fully understand.
Oh,
like,
I agree.
Absolutely not the same realm. Like, they experienced the same loneliness of single life, but Cameron then sees where it's like, oh, I have this companionship with Michelle and my partner. And, like, I will do whatever I need to do to cherish that and foster that and, like, take care of this. And Felipe's just like,
Maybe there's something better out there.
There's probably, I'm missing out on some good parties at this point. And it's like, dude, no.
I think the worst thing he said of the whole dinner was that he's searching for reasons to say no on decision day.
Yeah.
That it's constantly on his mind. Like
Felipe?
he's having intrusive thoughts and can't stop trying to figure out what's wrong with Tori and his relationship.
He has OCD.
He does.
Literally diagnosed. But the stuff that he's saying, these are all inside thoughts. These are all like individual therapy session thoughts.
He's been doing that this whole time, though, since the show started.
He has. But this one in particular, real bad. And I don't know if this is him saying all this stuff to shake Tori, to rattle her.
That's part of it. I think his ideal situation would be Tori breaks up with him so that he doesn't look like the bad guy.
So he doesn't have to. And also so that he doesn't have to make the decision.
Yes.
It pushes her away. So then that way, she left. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Mm-hmm. So that removes
He still gets to feel like he's not a bad guy.
And it's like it's a definitive thing. He didn't need to decide that. It was decided by somebody else.
Yep, that's the direction this is going.
That's what it feels like. But Tori's not doing that. She's like, I don't know. Sounds like you got a lot of shit to figure out because you got a lot of personal issues over there. And that's a lot of you stuff that you need to be working on and working through because I can't do that for you. Because I think he is trying to have her process his emotions to some extent too.
I think so, yeah.
And she's like, no, thank you.
But that's part of it. But I also feel like he keeps bringing it up over and over again so that she, like you said, she will finally react to it because she's been so even keeled the whole time. Because she's like, he keeps questioning if he could be monogamous, but then he's asking me, do I think he's capable of being monogamous? And it's like, I don't know, bro. You don't seem confident in it yourself, and that's you.
Yes.
So why would I feel like you could do it?
So then why would you be confused with me doubting you when you're telling me that you're doubting you? I trust your assessment of that. I'll take you at your word on that. I don't know. That's up to you. So I think that's where he's trying to outsource. He's trying to outsource all this stuff. She's not having it, though. She has no interest in getting involved with this guy of like, I have my stuff. You have your stuff. And you need to figure that out.
This is kind of that hyper independence, I think, coming out.
A little bit. Because then that's where we weren't sure. We weren't sure if she was going to be the fixer type who like gets so involved where now she's like sunk cost invested in, I'm making Felipe a better person. Like that's her project. I think it's our alt theory,
which is that she's like, you know what? I've got my life together. I don't need somebody who's a mess.
Yeah. Because he's a man baby child.
Yes.
Like, for sure.
Oh, she's clocked it now.
She's
like, he keeps saying how much he likes me and how attractive I am. But then he's so worried about cheating. And it's like, what do you want me to say to that?
What can I do to prevent you from cheating? That's a you thing.
Yeah.
So I think she's dialed in. She knows where it's like, if something were to happen, that ain't on me, dude. Like, this is all you, and this is your struggle.
He might have to cheat on her. You know, I think he's trying to push her away.
He's realizing that now.
Everything that he set up into this point was designed to make the commitment go away.
So maybe that will be the next step. Is then Felipe will cheat, and then
that's a hard line in the sand.
That's where Tori then says, but then that's where Felipe will be like, well, I tried to like work things out with her. I was like honest with her about it, but she still broke it off. Yes, because she wouldn't break up with you for any other reason. Usually you've been able to bait women into fights to dump you prior to this. And you haven't been able to do that with Tori.
Maybe he'll pitch polyamory.
Yeah,
like BQ.
The BQ solution.
And Katie on 90 Day Fiance.
The BQ solution for monogamy.
I can't be monogamous, so let's just have an open relationship.
I'll just cheat when I feel like it or whatever. Only on leg day. You can only cheat on leg day. Maybe that's it. Is that it? Oh, okay. No, this is where, yeah, she just hits her breaking point because that's where she's like, I got stuff going on in my life. I got family. I got work. I don't have time to coddle this guy. He needs to figure his shit out.
Good luck, Felipe.
Good luck, man. I don't think he has it in him. So I'm suspecting a cheating incident to occur more than anything.
Me too. Yeah.
Because I don't think Felipe is going to make that decision.
Well, I think she's going to push him to have to do it. Like, not that she's pushing him to cheat, but she's not playing into anything else that he's trying to put out there to try to bait her into breaking up with him.
Correct.
So he might have to, drop the ultimate bomb.
Yeah. Because, has Felipe gone to individual therapy? Is that an option for this experiment?
I think everybody should be in therapy.
I think
there's a lot of people who clearly needed it before they ever came on the show.
So many people who are not individually prepared to be in a relationship, but just want to show up in a relationship and have somebody else accept them for the toxic, twisted person that they are. And it's like, no, dude, you need to improve yourself. You need to become a better version of yourself in order to bring your full self into a relationship. So that's going to be a whole other set of issues. But we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll come back with Cameron and Michelle.
I hate watching Cameron and Michelle.
I liked them better in these 3 episodes than I have.
All right.
But I was really hoping that they were going to be the couple that fought in episode 11.
I'm so bored.
I mean, it's going too well for from a TV standpoint where there's not drama.
I was going to say, neither of them seem to be interesting enough people for me to watch.
I get that. Yeah.
So,
he got fun when he took Michelle back to his childhood house, his parents' house. That was fun. I liked that. I liked that Cameron.
That was peak Cameron?
That was peak Cameron for me. He
right.
was joking. He was like kind of goofy and silly. And I was like, where has this guy been? Like, is this teenage Cameron that we haven't seen that? We haven't seen this man.
I'm still snoozing.
Okay.
So, first, they go to Michelle's place.
Yes.
And she's got a lot going on in here. She's got a roommate who I guess is getting an eviction notice because this is going
Tam.
so well,
Yeah,
Tam, that
sorry.
we're trading Tam for Cam.
Sorry,
So,
Tam.
She designed the kitchen renovation that was done in her place.
Cameron's just impressed with the very tall counters.
Yes, he
He liked that.
Oh, it's
wow.
already built for me in here.
it's like the opposite of Seven Little Johnstons, where it's like instead of lowering the counter, they're raised. They're so high. They're like my level, though.
This was like in our last apartment.
Yeah, because
I had such a hard time finding
the bar
stools that were tall enough.
Yeah, there was like one set of bar stools, and we were like, hopefully these work. And then we did not pack them and bring them because we have no counters in our house.
Well, there's literally no other place.
No other place. So I think we sold them to somebody in our development.
Yeah, because these were the only people that need them.
You are the only people who are going to need them. So we just caught
and
somebody
apparently
moving
Cam and Michelle.
I guess, yeah.
Then they go and look at a seaside landscape that she painted herself over the course of months.
Cameron is blown away. He is like mystified by this thing. He's like, you made this? You painted this?
Now that I think about it, it is kind of cute that she had like a painting era and then apparently his mom also paints.
Yes.
Because she painted a portrait of his dog.
Which was very good. Yeah. Olive. It was very much captured the essence of Olive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Sorry. I didn't
excited about the dog. So he's a little intimidated.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think he's like, oh no. She has all of these skills and hobbies and like things that she enjoys. Why is she so
perfect?
She's great. She's awesome. I hope I'm living up to her expectations. Because I don't know. Sometimes people think I'm like boring or whatever.
He's only interested in basketball. That's all we know about him.
Basketball. Mostly.
That's
a lot
still
of
all
that.
we know after they go to visit his parents' house.
But I mean, I think that there's like more personality though that we saw of him. And I liked Cameron when he was roasting himself. That is peak Cameron for me. That I liked.
It's a good personality trait if someone can make
Yes.
fun of themselves.
So I think that was endearing to me at that point.
They haven't had an argument yet, though.
No, they haven't.
That concerns me.
Yes, and that was what Tam was weighing in on as well. He was like, well, you should be careful about that because she can get a little, you know, she can get a little fired
a
up.
little bitchy. You haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I guess it was real bitchy or whatever. But
Yeah. Then they go to therapy with Dr. Lisa.
yeah.
And their biggest complication right now is the fact that they may have to make career sacrifices in order to be together.
Right, because it's either he stops moving for, whatever the highest paying coaching job is available, or she would have to move away from her high paying tech job in Seattle. So they're trying to weigh those options and kind of navigate that a little bit better. But
again,
it's not too complicated though.
Falling asleep.
Yeah, it's not like that dire. And I think it's mostly Cameron coming to terms where he's like, well, I had these career aspirations, these dreams, these, financial goals that I was trying to set out for. But then it was like when he was hitting those milestones, he had no one to share it with. Because he was talking about he won a championship. His team had won that he coached to, the national championship level. They win the big game. And he comes home to his empty house and is like, okay, why did I do that? Because
yeah, it feels
what
a
is
little
it?
empty when
It's hollow.
you can't share that with somebody else.
Yeah, there's what are the accomplishments without that? So I think that was why he was getting so frustrated with Felipe at the dinner.
That's the difference between someone who genuinely wants connection with another person.
Yes.
And somebody who just wants to be married to a hot woman.
Correct. So distinct separation of the intentions in what's going on here.
He also gets very emotional over the fact that Michelle has a lot of really nice things to say about him because he's never been with somebody who has had so many compliments towards him.
He hasn't, I don't think he's been at that level. He said that not even that he's had somebody who has these compliments for him. He's never had a woman say those things about him as a man. So it was just he hasn't been in serious relationships where you get to that point where you are that complimentary. Mm-hmm. So it's just this is all new for him. And he is just completely blown away by the emotional outpouring that's happening here. So I think it kind of caught him off guard a little bit.
Well, Lisa's so would you call that love then that you're feeling for Michelle?
I don't know. I don't know about all that. Because it's all new. So he doesn't know. He's like, is this just...
It's also only been a couple of weeks.
This is first relationship for him.
Yes.
Serious relationship.
I just feel like this is a lot.
Yeah.
This is somebody who hasn't really had much of a relationship history.
Right.
Who now is thrown into an experiment where they're married to someone they don't know. It's only been 3 weeks. It's going well, and he has strong feelings for her. But is that love?
I don't know.
It's hard to know.
It's hard to tell. Especially with, you just don't have that.
And he's never said I love you to anybody before.
No.
So,
well, I mean, nobody that he's been with,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
In a relationship. So this is all scary. I'm wondering if Cam will have a last minute, opportunity to try to run.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I think that's what they're trying to get people to fight about stuff. But I mean, they haven't fought necessarily, but they haven't just blindly agreed on everything either. I think they do communicate well, that
it's
being
not
the
Adam
difference.
and Marissa.
It's not Adam and Marissa where it's just one person is completely bending to the will of the other person. So that's what I'm saying is they don't agree on everything. Michelle's not being agreeable. Cam's not being blindly agreeable. They are voicing their opinions. And that was what Michelle had called out too. It's kind of amazing. She's never been with anybody who's been able to express their emotions as well as Cam, that he's able to say, hey, here's what I'm feeling. Here's what I need. Voicing that and explaining that in a way where then they're on the same page. They're communicating well. Mm-hmm. So I'm not as concerned about them not having a fight necessarily. I'm just saying.
They also do the blindfolded taste thing.
Yeah.
Out on a park bench, though, in a park that Michelle used to come to alone. And now she gets emotional and starts crying because she finally has somebody to show this place to.
Yeah, it's like 500 Days of Summer. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's the bench.
Oh, it was exactly like that. And then a very bad cover of Dreams plays. It's not the Cranberries.
Oh. See, they could only pay for the one Cranberries song, and that was in the first few episodes.
I had to then go back and like pull up the real song.
Yeah.
Because it was annoying me.
Okay.
Because the cover was so bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Bad.
That was all I had to say about it.
Yeah, I think the playful thing that they did was she put some marshmallow cream on her lips, and that was the last thing that he got to taste.
Yeah, she looked ridiculous, by the way.
Okay.
Then they go to the couples dinner.
Couples dinner.
Everything's great. He's a better coach. Her friends like him. There's no problems. It's amazing.
It's great.
Thank
It's
you
good.
guys for coming.
But also, fuck you, Felipe. You piece of shit. What is wrong with you? So I did like that. I did like that part where Cam was not letting Felipe skate with stuff. So that was good. What else happens?
His parents aren't home, but they go to his parents' house.
Okay, I thought that was weird.
They must not want to be on TV.
I think that's probably it. They just didn't want to be on camera.
Maybe they went skiing with Mama and Papa.
Mama and Papa are away. They're summering in Europe, I believe. And they're backpacking. No, this was Cameron's childhood home where he got to bring her around. Oh, well, first they went to his place where he lives now.
Yeah.
So that was like all the house plants.
A blank slate with a bunch of plants. It felt reflective of his personality to me.
There was like the only decor that was in there was just like different awards that he's won of like coaching things or championship stuff. Or
he's got the Joey and Chandler chair set up in the living room.
Yeah, the fully recline. They try that out. Michelle's like, I could see this feels like something old people do though. And he's like, yeah, isn't it great? Isn't it fantastic?
I think the important thing about this whole trip was she ended up liking Portland, even though she's been pretty against the idea of moving there.
Right.
But now she could see possibly a future of, instead of staying in Seattle, that maybe she wouldn't push him for that she would move to Portland.
Yes, because then he's showing her around his neighborhood where he grew up, his parents' house, where he's like, yeah, oh my gosh, this neighborhood, I used to go run around, with my friends, and we'd be playing outside and going to the parks and doing all kinds of stuff. So he had all these childhood memories. He got to relive his first kiss on his bed.
Yeah, from one Michelle to another.
Full circle moment here.
Which she was not into.
She was not into that at all. But she did go along with it. And that was okay. And then he started ripping on himself where it was like all of the stuff. His poetry that he found, that was terrible. But I mean, most high school athlete poetry, probably not so great, if we're being honest. And then he was finding like other boxes of stuff where it was like, oh, you don't need to see these awards that I was like, most rebounds for the year and like best defensive player. It was like all the different things that he was just casually mentioning because they happened to be on top of the box that he was looking for other stuff in and stuff. That was funny to me. That was entertaining. I liked it. I found it endearing. But she found, Portland's okay, I guess. Not bad. Cost of living's good. Commute's bad though.
Well, that's the end of part 1. So make sure you jump over to the next episode because we still have a bunch of couples to go.